Today, I'm excited to bring you the review and test of the Luxster 2025 HolyKnight LED headlight upgrade. How does it compare to my end of 2023 headlight upgrade of the year, the Luxster Punisher, and is it worth the very low price point? Well, we are going to make that determination together. Here we go. Hello everyone and welcome to Car Light Reviews, where you will find consistent automotive light tests and reviews to help you make the best purchase decision, enjoy your car better, save you some money. And today I'm bringing you a review of this, the Luxster HolyKnight LED headlight upgrade. A lot of you have been asking for this one. I was the first to bring you the test of the Luxster Punisher when it first came to the market, and I was so impressed with it that I declared it the LED headlight upgrade of the year for the end of 2023. It just performed very well for the money, and it still holds its own today. And now there's this, a new light from Luxster called the HolyKnight, and it comes in at a much lower price point. And today we're going to find out how well it performs for the money and how close it gets to the Punisher's performance. Again, a lot of you have been asking for this, so let's start by seeing what's in the box, and then after that, I'll get to my observations, published specifications, and of course, the testing. Let's take a look. Get a user manual, pretty detailed, but like all the LED headlights that I test and review, this is plug and play. Simply replace your existing one, reinstall this, aim, and you're good to go. Check your owner's manual if you need to. Also get this card here to tell you that 100% of common LED issues like bulb flickering, random on and off and things is to get a relay kit. Here's some information about that. Okay, so here's my initial observations. The HolyKnight here does take a lot of design aspects from the big brother, the Punisher. You can see they're very, very similar. A little bit different copper piping here on the Punisher than the HolyKnight. You see you got 3 with the Punisher, but just 1 with the HolyKnight. But overall, very, very similar. The HolyKnight materials feels very good. All metal. Feels heavy duty, does not feel cheap. Overall size and form factor, obviously, standard. The heatsink is very robust, kind of beefy, and it partially protects the fan, which I always like to see. I did measure from the trailing edge of the collar mounting tab to the back of the fan housing, and it is 32 millimeters if you want to measure for dust caps. It does have braided lines, just like the Punisher does have. I always like to see that. And a very small and compact driver. Overall, pretty good quality for the price point. So now that we've gotten a good look at it, let's talk about the published specifications. 55 watts each, 15,000 lumens each, color temperature of 6,000 K. The chip is called a Talon LED chip, has an IP rating of 68, an hour rating of 100,000, which is 2 times the normal published specifications for hour ratings. It does have an adjustable collar, friction fit with stops. It does have a fan for heat management, does have an external driver. The warranty is longer than average, 2 years, and the price at the time of this video per pair before any coupons or discount codes, which I have some for you, $39.99, much less than the Luxster Punisher. So I mentioned coupons. 20% coupon code right now, which you can find in my exclusive link in the description, making these things less than $35 a pair. Pretty affordable. And that same link also works as a discount for the Punisher if you still want to get that. So now that we know how they compare on paper, how does the HolyKnight test? Well, we're going to get to that. Now, new viewers, I want you to watch my 1-minute video showing my test methods, which I will link to in the description below. And as always, do not forget to aim your headlights after every replacement, or at least yearly. You got to keep that light focused where it belongs. And if you didn't know, LED lights as halogen replacements are only street legal in the United States for off-road use only, so check your local laws. Now, if you do decide to grab a set of these because of this or any of my videos, go ahead and use those links in the description. They are affiliate links, and that helps me to test more LED upgrades like this. But that doesn't change my test results or my opinion one bit, and you'll still get that 20% discount. You can also hit the join button on any one of my videos and get some membership perks that no one else gets for just a few bucks. Chances are my videos have helped you out a lot and saving you more money than that, so feel free to show your appreciation in any way that suits you. Either way, I truly appreciate the support. So now that we have an overview of the new Luxster HolyKnight, let's test it and see how it compares to the Luxster Punisher. Here we go with the initial projector output test, which results in 1,962 initial lux in my test environment. This is above average of all the lights I've tested so far, and 1,237 lux brighter than halogen. Now, if you want to compare, the Punisher is 728 lux brighter than the HolyKnight for initial output. And that's about the same as what the halogen light output is alone. But what is more important is how much light output it keeps over time. The average commute time in the United States is 27 minutes, and after that amount of time, the HolyKnight keeps 79% of that light output, resulting in 1,550 lux in my test environment, or 825 lux over halogen, and once again, above average of all the lights I've tested. And also, that 79% is just 1% under the current average of 80% that I have so far. And again, when you compare to the Luxster Punisher, which has 78% light retention over time, just 1% less than the HolyKnight trails the Punisher by 548 lux. Now let's take a look at the projector pattern compared to halogen. This has very good projector light output. The cutoff is a bit high compared to where the hotspot is, but not bad, and otherwise the cutoff is crisp and the overall light output is very full. Quite impressive, but the projector is pretty easy to control. Let's see how well it does in the reflector housing test. So the initial reflector light output is 3,513, or 2,603 over the halogen output in my test reflector housing. And once again, compared to the Punisher initial light output, the Punisher is 1,447 lux brighter than the HolyKnight for initial light output. And keeping that 79% light output over time, the result in my environment for the HolyKnight is 2,775 lux after 27 minutes, which is 1,865 over halogen and 1,094 less than the Punisher. Once again, just a bit more than what the halogen reflector baseline measurement is in my environment as a difference between the Punisher and the HolyKnight. Now let's look at the reflector light output compared to halogen. I honestly wish I could say that the HolyKnight does better in the reflector housing, but as you can see, it has a hard time keeping control, especially right around the hot spot. If you have a reflector, this is really something you need to be aware of if you're going to use these lights. While the area is clean where oncoming traffic would be, still, it's a bit fuzzy on the other side. Now, I've seen worse in terms of reflector output accuracy, but again, I really wish I could say this performs better. If you do decide to run this in a reflector, please be careful with your observations and aiming. I will say the Punisher reflector output accuracy isn't perfect, but it is better than the HolyKnight according to my test environment. As mentioned earlier, there's a published rating of 55 watts per light, and I observed 55.2 watts in my testing. So basically, right on the money with the published specifications. For heat management, after 27 minutes of runtime, my thermal camera recorded 242 degrees Fahrenheit or 117 degrees Celsius for the main unit, which is 1 degree higher than the Luxster Punisher main unit. So basically, they're the same in that temperature regard. However, for the HolyKnight driver, I measured 144 degrees Fahrenheit or 62 degrees Celsius, which is slightly above average, but is 40 degrees cooler than the Punisher driver. Quite a significant difference there, and in favor of the HolyKnight for sure, which is surprising. Now, I personally think that compared to other lights that I've tested, the fan itself is very quiet. If you don't like loud LED light upgrades, you're going to be happy with how quiet this is. And since in this video I've compared the data between the new Luxster HolyKnight and the impressive Luxster Punisher, that data that my testing generates is a valuable tool to help you narrow down the best light upgrade for your needs and budget. But if you want to see how they compare to all the other lights I've tested, I do compile all that data into a free spreadsheet that I link to in the description of every video, and check it out if you haven't in a while because I do update it with every video that I release. So the big question: is the Luxster HolyKnight better than the Luxster Punisher? Well, like all the lights that I test, that depends on your definition of better and depends on your needs. Now, while the HolyKnight is certainly not as bright as the Punisher, it is definitely bright enough to get the job done and at an attractive price point, a little over half the cost of a Punisher. This is a serious bargain. Again, $39.99 a pair before my exclusive 20% discount. Eventually, you can get these for under $32 a pair. So if you want the Punisher, but you're on a budget with a projector light housing and don't need the brightest that Luxster offers, definitely get the HolyKnight. But if you have a higher budget or have a reflector, I say get the Punisher. You won't be sorry either way, and you get the 20% discount on either one by using the link in the description. So the bottom line here, Luxster has another winner on their hands. But the question is, do we have another LED light upgrade of the year by Luxster right in front of us. It's definitely a contender, but we will see. I do have more lined up, so keep your eye out for my next videos. But until then, as always, thank you for your support of Carlight Reviews. Thanks for watching. I hope to help you to choose the right lighting upgrades for your needs so you can enjoy your car more and save you money. And as always, be sure to keep your headlights aimed correctly and drive safely, responsibly, and respectfully.